Hello, we meet again at another edition of Culture Mosaic. The year 2023 is ending, closing yet another year full of robust cultural activities in Vietnam. Have you been taking up new hobbies from watching our shows, figuring out new ways to enjoy art? Did you find new favorite artists by following our content? Let us know all about it. But for now, let's get into today's roster of artists. The architecture of the buildings we live and work in can easily be taken for granted. However, once dissected and properly researched, they will bring about hidden, interesting knowledge. To help preserve and promote this information, a group of young Vietnamese has created a digital archive to tell the story of Vietnam's most iconic buildings. Their first published book has debuted with great success. We'll have a chance to meet them in Cultures and Lifestyles. The Hollywood Reporter, LA Times, and LA Eater. What do these magazines have in common? Aside from being LA-based, all of these newspapers just couldn't help but gush about their new favorite dining spot, a Vietnamese restaurant called Đi, founded by TikTok star turned celebrity chef Tuệ Nguyễn, aka Thuy Debay. Through our chat with her on the mic, let's find out more about the secret behind her successful career as an influencer and a chef representing Vietnamese cuisine. And finally, a traditional fabric material with a twist that make it modern and sustainable. Jeans and Vietnamese brocade don't seem like they would match quite well, but through the creative vision of designer Cao Minh Tiến, they became fashionable and sustainable items that put a modern spin to a traditional look. Let's learn all about his insights in the segment Connecting Culture. Feeling excited? Let's begin the show. Tản Mạn Kiến Trúc propels the architecture discourse into the age of social media. TikTok sensation celebrates Vietnamese cuisine. Brocade and denim tell a sustainable fashion story. Quang Binh Province has recently unveiled several newly discovered caves, including Tiên Sơn và Nước Nứt caves. Tiên Sơn Cave, which underwent extensive renovation and repairs, reopened on December the 21st with upgraded walkways and stops. A new mirror bridge has also been introduced, providing visitors with breathtaking panoramic views of the Phong Nha countryside from a height of over 100 meters. Additionally, Quang Binh will soon open two more caves, Hang Va and Nước Nứt caves. These interconnected caves, spanning 1.7 kilometers in length, feature underground lakes and thousands of unique stalactites, making them the main attractions for visitors. Vietnamese cuisine continues to gain global recognition, securing the 22nd spot on the list of the best cuisines in the world with an average score of 4.44 over 5, as voted by readers of the food magazine Taste Atlas. Some of Vietnam's highly acclaimed dishes include phở, bánh hỏi, Phú Quốc fish sauce, dragon fruit from Phan Thiết, and more. In the category of the 100 best dishes, 100 most delicious dishes in the world, two iconic Vietnamese dishes, which are bánh mì and phở bò, were recognized, ranking 14th and 100th respectively. Furthermore, Huế 28th and Ho Chi Minh 73rd were acknowledged as best food cities and regions for their diverse and enticing cuisine. After more than a decade of archaeological excavations at the Thăng Long Imperial Citadel, significant findings regarding the foundation and overall structure of Kính Thiên Palace, the most important building within the Imperial Citadel, have been revealed. This groundbreaking discovery was announced during a conference marking the conclusion of the 2023 excavation. The excavation area this year exceeded 1,000 square meters across 3 locations. Of utmost significance is the excavation hole on the main foundation of the Kính Thiên Palace, where layers of soil and rock up to 3 meters thick unveiled large column foundations. Based on these remarkable findings, archaeologists calculated that the palace comprised 9 compartments and had a total area of nearly 1,500 square meters. According to data from Booking.com, a leading online booking application, the top 10 most searched domestic destinations by Vietnamese travelers for the New Year and late holiday include Hội An, Đà Lạt, Ho Chi Minh City, Hà Nội, Đà Nẵng, Vũng Tàu, Phú Quốc, Nha Trang, Sapa, and Mũi Né. The data was calculated based on check-in dates from December 1st, 2023 to February 29th, 2024. Out of these destinations, 5 of the 10 most sought-after locations for the year-end holiday season are coastal areas. Bangkok tops the list of most searched for international destinations by Vietnamese travelers for year-end travel, likely due to its proximity to Vietnam. Booking also announced a list of the top 5 markets with the largest number of international visitors to Vietnam during the year-end festivals. South Korea takes the first position, followed by guests from Australia, America, Singapore, and England. Vietnamese singer Lê Cát Trọng Lý organized a tour to a total of 8 European countries from September to the end of October 2023. These countries include Czechia, Germany, Denmark, Sweden, Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, and France. The concerts will be held free of charge for the Vietnamese community living in Europe. In addition to performing her own composed songs, Lê Cát Trọng Lý also introduced and shared Vietnamese culture through folk songs of Vietnamese ethnic groups. Before that, Lê Cát Trọng Lý went on a trip to record various Vietnamese folk songs of ethnic groups in their ethnic language. She kept many songs intact, while many old folk songs were translated and edited into the national language. Many of these songs were performed in Europe. Embarking on this journey, she hopes many more people will know about folk songs of different regions, boosting the love for a colorful Vietnam.
Nhạc Việt cổ mình nghĩ là một trong những cái hình thức để mà giúp cho các bạn trẻ giống như bọn mình có thể có những góc nhìn nó khác mới hơn, mà đặc biệt là đến từ chị Lý nữa, thì mình nghĩ là sẽ là một cái cách thể hiện có thể là nó khác biệt hơn, nhẹ nhàng hơn chẳng hạn.
In addition to sharing Vietnamese culture, Lê Cát Trọng Lý also connects benefactors with disadvantaged, diligent students. Lý has brought several education opportunities for children less fortunate and in need in Vietnam.
Đã tốt nghiệp đại học.
Architecture Excursions, or Tản Mạn Kiến Trúc, is a grassroots media project founded by a group of young Vietnamese who share a simple goal: to shed light on Vietnam's vast and often undiscussed architectural scene. Through their digital archive, the group has given followers glimpses into not only some of the country's most iconic buildings, but also the rich histories behind them. Consisting of young Vietnamese from a range of different academic disciplines, the team shares a passion for indigenous local housing. Late 2022, Tản Mạn Kiến Trúc pulled their resources and collection of works to date and published their first book, Tản Mạn Kiến Trúc Nam Bộ, which was a big success. Let's learn more about the team and the Architecture Excursions project in this segment of Cultures and Lifestyles.
Today, these young students, mostly majored in architecture and arts, gather in the beautifully decorated space of Neo Coffee Shop in Ho Chi Minh City to attend a mini talk show organized by Architecture Excursions, or Tản Mạn Kiến Trúc. The topic discussed is Southern House's architecture and lifestyle before the 80s.
Tản Mạn Kiến Trúc là một nhóm tác giả rất là có tiếng nói trong cộng đồng sinh viên kiến trúc và cộng đồng những người làm kiến trúc không chỉ ở phía Nam mà cả những khu vực khác. Mình ban đầu là biết nhóm Tản Mạn Kiến Trúc là thông qua mạng xã hội Facebook, và trong các buổi nói chuyện với lại các bạn học cùng khóa có hẹn với nhau là khi mà nhóm Tản Mạn Kiến Trúc tổ chức những cái buổi talk, những cái workshop gì thì rất là hy vọng có thể cùng nhau được tới, được nghe và trải nghiệm.
Bản thân mình là một người Nam Bộ, mình cũng sống trong cái không gian văn hóa về kiến trúc của miền Nam, nhưng thật sự là từ trước tới giờ là chúng ta hoàn toàn là không biết về những khái niệm về thuật ngữ chung, hay là cái không gian nó được tái tạo như thế nào, nó được tái dựng như thế nào. Đối với những buổi chia sẻ như thế này thì nó tạo cho mình được rất nhiều những thông tin mà trước đó mình chưa từng biết.
With a desire to conserve heritage in the age of media, since 2019, Architecture Excursions' Facebook page has served as an open access library where anyone can admire the halls of high schools built from the colonial era, or read up on the history of an obscure nuclear center in the Central Highlands. The information is often delivered in serialized format, some of which include theoretical perspective, architectural elements, or excursion dictionary. So far, Architecture Excursions has produced hundreds of articles on their social media. The page has posted more than 50,000 followers so far.
Nhóm mình gồm có 7 thành viên nghiên cứu và quan tâm tới kiến trúc. Sự thay đổi của kiến trúc thì không thể ngăn cản được, nhưng là một người trẻ thì có những cách khác, ví dụ như lưu trữ lại hình ảnh, bản vẽ, thu thập dữ liệu từ người dân, và trong sự trao đổi đó mọi người kết hợp và tạo nên tản mạn kiến trúc.
From various field trips, the group is able to procure one of its greatest outreach tools in the age of social media, great looking up close shots. Going further than dusty photographs from databases, the team prioritizes realistic visualization and utilizes images taken on site. Though when tackling more complex subjects, they prefer infographics and even 3D video to deliver the information more succinctly. Late 2022, the group published their first book, Architectural Excursions, throughout the South. It was a great success because all of the first 1,000 books were sold out right after the pre-order announcement. It has been republished for the third time now.
Cái tên gọi là thấy là một cái tản mạn thì nó rất là nhẹ nhàng, không đặt nặng những cái vấn đề về khảo cứu hay là những cái vấn đề quá chuyên sâu, thì đó cũng là có lẽ là một trong những lý do và khiến cho cuốn sách này được nhiều độc giả, đặc biệt là độc giả trẻ ưa thích.
Rất là vui, tín hiệu đáng mừng là mọi người tiếp nhận nó như là một cái thưởng thức mới.
And being one of the very few independent projects to showcase urban heritages across Vietnam, the group has received great attention and praise from experienced architects.
I really appreciate young people. The Tản Mạn Kiến Trúc group is a fine example, the best example I can think of a group that's spreading awareness of heritage architecture throughout Vietnam, but certainly here in Ho Chi Minh City.
Having a simple goal, which is sharing their love of Vietnam's architectural heritage, the Architecture Excursions group's effort was well compensated as their message finally reaching more and more people.
From TikTok stardom to culinary spotlight, Nguyễn, aka Thuê Debe, has etched her name in renowned publications like Hollywood Reporter, LA Times, and LA Eater. Beyond her online success, Thuê embraces her Vietnamese roots, infusing her creations with the rich flavors of Vietnamese cuisine. She has recently made headlines once again by opening her restaurant, Didi, in LA, marking a significant milestone in her career. Join us on the culinary journey of Thuê Nguyễn, where each dish is a celebration of both her online persona and the richness of Vietnamese cuisine.
Meet Thuê Nguyễn, a 25-year-old sensation hailing from Vietnam, whose TikTok presence has garnered over 1 million views. Embracing the moniker Thuê Debe, Thuê's captivating cooking videos have propelled her into the realm of social media stardom. What began as a light-hearted online pastime swiftly transformed into a culinary phenomenon. Throughout the pandemic, Thuê gained widespread acclaim by sharing accessible recipes for delectable Vietnamese dishes. Boasting an impressive tally of nearly 14 million TikTok likes and 500,000 Instagram followers, she has also established a renowned restaurant, Didi, located in West Hollywood, where she effortlessly merges traditional Vietnamese flavors with a contemporary flair.
Well, thank you, Thuê, for taking the time to join our interview.
Thank you so much for having me. This is very exciting.
Congratulations, Thuê, on the opening of Didi restaurant in both LA and in Vietnam. Your journey from a TikTok sensation to a restaurant owner is truly inspiring. Why did you decide to open a restaurant in such a culturally unique places?
So at first, to be honest, I wasn't really planning on opening up a restaurant because I was doing these pop-ups and it was like bringing me to a lot of places that I haven't been to. But then the opportunity from H-Wood Group, the opportunity of a lifetime. So even if I wasn't ready, what am I gonna say no? So I just took the chance and now we're here, and I think it's really important to do a Vietnamese restaurant like DD. It's a place where there's young people and it's fun, it's vibrant, it's like a nightlife type of restaurant. And I think that's what's really needed because I don't see that here often. Saigon nightlife is incredible. Like, it's so fun. I wanted to bring that to over here because when people over here in LA think about Vietnam, they think it's a third world country and like we don't have access to a lot of stuff, and it's like, little do you know, Saigon is incredible.
DD is such an interesting name for a restaurant. What's the meaning behind it?
DD. So in everyday life, I try to incorporate as many Vietnamese words to my non-Vietnamese friends as possible. So then maybe one day they can maybe get a sentence or two out by themselves. And a lot of times when we're leaving or going somewhere, I'll be like, đi. Like, when it came to naming the restaurant, we wanted something just like fun. So Didi was like, it just rolls off the tongue really nicely.
So what about the Americans here in LA? How have they responded to the flavors and dishes at your restaurant?
I think the reaction is that they're blown away because they're not used to like having such bold flavors in the area that we're in. I have fish sauce wings on the menu and I'm having these people eat with their hands and they love it. When you hear fish sauce wings, it kind of scares people away, but I feel like this is a very interesting place because a lot of people come here to open their palate.
So why this restaurant is particularly meaningful to you?
So my restaurant is very special in a lot of ways to me. I mean, opening up a restaurant at the age of 25 would not be possible without the help from my partners. I'm able to really like ask questions and learn the ways of how you operate an actual restaurant. And so I'm just learning as I go as well. The most important thing is that it's celebrating Vietnamese culture and also celebrating this really interesting space that I'm in because it's a cross between like starting on social media and then taking it in real life. Those are like the two most important things I want to highlight about DD. And I mean, it's just like a really good representation of like how amazing and how flexible Vietnamese cuisine can really be and how broad the flavor profiles are.
Embarking on a journey that took her away from Vietnam at the tender age of 8, Tuệ Nguyễn deep-rooted connection to Vietnamese culinary traditions remained unwavering. The vibrant flavors of her homeland became a constant muse, propelling her to create captivating social media videos. From the aromatic cơm rang to the dang chi canh chua, each Vietnamese dish served as conduit for Tuệ to share her rich cultural heritage with the global audience. Tuệ's virtual platform and the establishment of DD, or Let's Go Restaurant, represent a remarkable milestone in Vietnamese gastronomy.
Let's go back to the beginning. You decided to become a content creator during the pandemic, right? So what motivated you to share your culinary journey with a broader audience?
One day I woke up and I wanted to just make fried rice, and I was just like in the mood to record me making fried rice. And that was the one video that changed everything. I didn't really think of it as anything until people started to really relate to it and they started asking for the recipes. And so that was when I realized like, okay, this is kind of something that I love to be a part of or in this space. It feels very surreal still that I'm able to have this platform to share my culture. Just being able to showcase something that I think is so cool and so amazing and something that's a part of me and who I am. People that only know about pho and banh mi, they can also learn about something new. It's also a way for me to learn and to reconnect with my culture since I'm not exposed to it every day.
So you moved to the States at an early age, right? yet you still chose to open a restaurant inspired by your hometown, Vietnam. How have you kept the love for Vietnamese cuisine?
Because I'm not surrounded by Vietnamese people in the area that I live in, I try to do as many things as possible to include my Vietnamese heritage into everything that I do so I don't lose that part of me. Every time I cook, I just have to have like a little bit of like a Vietnamese taste to it. If I think to myself like, would my mom like this? And if the answer is yes, I feel like I would go in the right direction because I really feel like growing up and eating my mom's food, which is Vietnamese home cooking, and it's amazing. And that was like the thing that really taught me how to make good food. Whichever dish that I can add something like a Vietnamese twist to something, I will always do it because I feel like that's just like who I am and that's like what I grew up with and it's comforting to me.
Is it possible to say that your food is the combination of Western and Eastern culture?
It's not just Western and Eastern. I think it's just like my experiences of eating food where I travel. I love Thai food. I think like the combination of Thai and Vietnamese food together is incredible. So I think it's just like a lot of flavors that I have discovered over just growing up and learning and discovering new cuisines. And then also eating it like a Vietnamese or making it like how a Vietnamese person would make it. That's how new dishes are being created.
So what are your plans for the upcoming future? Anything you're particularly eager to share with our audiences?
I'm looking into, hosting DD in a lot of new places in the United States. So probably Miami or somewhere like Houston. And also my cookbook will be coming out in the fall of 2024. Being Vietnamese has always been who I am. And everything that I do has been for this culture that I respect and love so much.
Well, thank you, Tuệ, for your valuable time. I hope that all of your ambitions will soon turn into reality and that you will continue to promote the love and beauty of Vietnamese cuisine.
Thank you. I hope so too. Thank you so much for this opportunity. This is so cool.
In today's Connecting Culture section, let's dive into the captivating story of brocade and denim through the innovative vision of designer Cao Minh. After devoting nearly 2 decades to researching brocade materials from the Northwest Mountains, Tiến sought to make traditional fabrics more accessible to the public. By skillfully blending denim and brocade, two seemingly contrasting materials, Tiến has embarked on a creative journey to breathe new life into brocade outfits while promoting sustainability. Join us as we unravel this beautiful narrative and discover the harmonious fusion of brocade and denim with designer Cao Minh.
Mình có một cái tình yêu với thổ cẩm từ những ngày còn đi học. Mỗi một lần mình có dịp đi đây đi đó hoặc là đi lên bản là mình lại nhặt nhạnh, sưu tầm, cất nó ở trong nhà. Sau này tất cả những cái thổ cẩm mà mình đã gìn giữ từ rất lâu, mình bắt đầu quyết tâm là làm mới nó, cho nó được sống, cho nó được trưng diện. Sau khi nghiên cứu về xu hướng trên thế giới thì mình đưa ra một cái quyết định rằng là mình sẽ kết hợp cái tình yêu truyền thống của mình với cái xu hướng mốt là denim đang quay trở lại.
After 20 years of researching and traveling to the villages of Tày, Mông, Thái, and other ethnic groups, designer Cao Minh has launched a unique collection titled Ăn Sư Mới Giỏ, a new shirt. This collection combines traditional brocade with modern denim, two materials that may seem contrasting. With deliberate efforts and skills, Cao Minh beautifully portrays the culture of the Northwest Mountainous region, breathing new life into it with a modern twist.
Thổ cẩm của người đồng bào họ có một cái khung dệt rất là nhỏ, chỉ khoảng độ 35 cm và họ thêu và họ dệt ở trên đó để mà sử dụng được cái thổ cẩm một cái cách mà trọn vẹn nhất và tiết kiệm nhất. Mình sẽ phải sắp xếp làm nào đặt vào đấy rồi thì chắp nối giữa thổ cẩm này, jean hay là những cái chất liệu khác để làm thế nào mà nó không cảm giác là đang chắp vá hay là đang nhặt nhạnh, thì trên một cái tinh thần là giống như kiểu một cái kỹ thuật ghép vải.
In an effort to revive brocade and capture the public's admiration, Cao Minh Tiến has developed a variety of designs suitable for all ages ranging from kids to adults. These designs include jackets, skirts, and dresses. The collection Ăn Sư Mới Ở, a new shirt, showcased over 40 designs at Vietnam International Fashion Week last November. The collection received significant attention from the audience.
Trước đây khi người ta nghĩ đến thổ cẩm, người ta nghĩ đến một cái gì đấy rất là già hay là rất là chững chạc hay là rất là truyền thống. Nhưng mà với bộ sưu tập lần này thì nó có thể được ứng dụng và được mặc ra ngoài đời sống, hoặc là nó được sống ở một cái hoàn cảnh hoàn toàn mới. Thì đấy là cái mà mình muốn. Trong bộ sưu tập các bạn thấy còn có cả các bạn trẻ, các bạn mẫu nhí.
Về những chi tiết của bộ sưu tập thì nó còn rất là thích, bởi vì anh Tiến làm nó rất là kỹ, từ những cái khuyên tai này, từ những cái phụ kiện, những cái mấn đeo ở trên đầu thì đều được nhà thiết kế chăm chút rất là cầu kỳ.
Bản thân Sèn thì xuất phát là một người con của núi rừng Tây Bắc và là một người con dân tộc Nùng, cảm thấy rất là tự hào cũng như rất là cảm ơn anh khi đã đưa những cái chất liệu tràm và là những họa tiết của các trang phục Tây Bắc gần gũi hơn với khán giả. Các thiết kế cũng mang tính ứng dụng cao. Em có thể mặc một chiếc áo dài cũng như là khoác bên ngoài một cái chiếc áo mang chất liệu thổ cẩm, cũng vẫn cảm thấy rất là thoải mái và tự tin.
In addition to giving Parkett a new shirt, Cao Minh Tiến also promotes a sustainable approach to the environment by using recycled materials.
Mình đang dùng denim nó ở một cái góc độ là của thời trang nhanh. Tất cả các cái thương hiệu về denim họ thải ra ngoài thị trường khá là nhiều một năm. Mình muốn rằng là mình tận dụng tất cả những cái đó để có một cái sự quay vòng mới cho những cái gì nó đã cũ. Với bộ sưu tập lần này thì trên một bộ trang phục có rất nhiều các cái chất liệu khác nhau, từ chất liệu hiện đại này, từ chất liệu jean, từ chất liệu tái chế, từ chất liệu mới. Hy vọng rằng là bộ sưu tập là những cái gợi ý cho tất cả những cái bạn trẻ yêu thời trang. Không chỉ nghĩ rằng là cứ phải thổ cẩm hay là cứ phải thật là truyền thống thì nó mới là cái tình yêu với truyền thống. Chúng ta phải làm mới nó, chúng ta phải đem cái truyền thống đó để kết hợp được với những cái dạng trang phục hiện đại thì nó mới có sức sống mới, nó ra được một cái giá trị về một chiếc áo mới mà Cao Minh Tiến muốn đem lại cho tất cả mọi người.
And that concludes our program for today. To stay connected with us, you can download the VTV Go app from your Google Play or App Store, or visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/VTV4Go to enjoy more of our engaging content. Remember to join us next week for another captivating episode of Culture Mosaic. Until then, goodbye for now.